Look at this sneak attack. Just me and you. Oh my gosh, should we just talk about
Can we talk about the new Grey's Anatomy? The new Grey's Anatomy casting? What
Sure, I haven't
topics will
seen
piss
it.
Shy off the most?
The most? I was like, I don't know. It's like celebrity gossip. We could do whatever we want. It's just us.
I know what we should do.
Let's
do a catch up. We'll read Shy's list and we'll judge it and ask questions. And he's not here to explain or defend himself.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
Topic decided.
Here we are, and welcome to a very sisterly episode of the Friday Night Movie Podcast. It is Becky and Lily here, holding down the fort. I'm just very smug when Shy can't make it, which is only, I think, the second time in the history of the show.
No, this I don't know what is holding that man together at this point. Scotch tape and spit, like he is
burning that candle at it's like a Havdalah candle, multiple wicks, burning that thing.
I don't know what's holding him together at this point. But Lily, I don't want to admit this, but your intro was good enough. You could be an ASM artist.
Oh my God. I think there's no bigger compliment from you.
I know, which is funny because you do so many things that give me misophonia and that I cannot stand to be around you for. But that intro was good enough.
What misophonia is to people.
Misophonia and ASMR are actually very closely connected.
You've explained that to me before.
It's like when something is so far on one end, it kind of comes back around the other side. So misophonia is a severe dislike for certain sounds. Like you hate certain sounds so much, they repulse you. They make you angry. You have like severe reactions to it. So for a lot of people, it's the sound of other people chewing or eating food, or maybe it's chewing gum, or there's certain sounds. And so, for example, the sound of Lily brushing her teeth in particular gives me.
But just me though, like not your husband or anybody else.
Just you. Just the sound.
No,
of you
specifically if I try to talk to you while I brush my teeth.
If anyone tries to talk to me while they brush their teeth, but the sound of you brushing your teeth. But then at the same time, there's other sounds that will be very, very similar that will cause you to feel very soothed and relaxed. That's the ASMR part.
Well, I'm very proud of myself. I feel like I did the intro justice.
You did.
You know what it probably is from that I was able to do it so good? The amount.
I broke you?
No, the amount of pasta that is holding my body together. Like I'm going to say I'm 80% pasta. No, 70% pasta, 30% pizza.
Nothing else. No vegetables.
There's nothing else.
Cheese
There's
in there.
No,
cheese.
No. Does the cheese count as protein then? Because I ate no protein for 4 days.
So you just got back from a little
Italy.
Spitzier
in Italy. God. It was, and I really do feel like if anybody's listening to this who is thinking of just taking that trip or doing that thing, I know there still is a pandemic, but like mask up, use a credit card, and go do it. Do your dream.
Financial advice from Lily.
Yeah, right. Sound financial advice. Use a credit card.
Put it on your credit card.
Put it on your credit card and don't waste any more fucking time in life. Because it was my dream to go.
It was that good.
It was that good in the sense that I had a dream to go to a place and I've always wanted to go there. And I never would have organized it myself. I don't think I would have organized it myself, especially with kids and stuff. It's like
one of those guilt things where it's this thing you want to do so badly that you're not going to actually
But
like if your husband wants to go on a surf trip, it's like, yeah, take the surf trip.
Ahead,
but you're not going to go plan the Italy trip that you desperately been wanting to for years. No, that would be so selfish. Who would ever put themselves first that way?
It's it would be so extreme.
The best thing leading up to this trip is how your husband for the last, 6 months or a year has convinced you that you cannot travel.
I can't go.
You can't do this trip because you can't leave your kids.
Okay. Do you know, I'm going to get serious for a second, like full seriousness. this is, I'm going to go into like mental health territory for a second. I am not kidding. I'm not being facetious. I am not exaggerating when I say this. I, when told for about a year, we cannot do a trip like this. It's not possible. Like you just said, like that's how deep his like long game of mind games about the surprise were. Okay. And then he's like, surprise, we're actually going for your birthday. Happy birthday. I'm taking you on this special trip. Now, my wonderful siblings got me an extra part of that trip, which was to go see a concert in Italy. But because they broke me from my birthday party, I had to be on antibiotics and like nearly lost the right lobe of my lung to like pneumonia. But I missed that part of the trip, unfortunately, but rallied and made it to this part of the trip and that also had planned. And I'm in the airport and he loses his phone. He like leaves it at check-in. Oh my God. And he goes and he runs. And there was a moment there where I was like, we can't go on this trip. And I started to have like a panic attack, like because I was so convinced that like my kids are too small to leave them with my mother-in-law.
He's been a year telling you can't go on this trip, and he's like, surprise, you can. Like I personally, I'm someone I need more of a mind games. Up. I can't do that.
Beck, it was like there was a lot of mind games. So I had a moment alone while he ran back to get his phone, and the thoughts just like flood in. No. This isn't. I can't do this. And he comes back running. He's like, all right, let's go to security. And I was like, I have to go home. And I like the cold, I started sweating, like the cold sweat. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm so sorry. I can't do it. I'm having a panic attack about the kids. And this just seems, it's too much. And he was really good about it. He was like, no, I was just messing with you. The kids are fine. Mm-hmm. and he's like, let's do this. We're not checking bags. So let's just go to the gate. And if you still don't want to go, we'll go home. He was like really, really good about it. And he's like, let's just try. And he's like, and even if you get on the plane and you get there, we can go home tomorrow. Like we can just go for dinner to Italy.
It's like when you used to go to camp and be like, just go for one night.
One day. Exactly. See how you do. That's really works for me. And I have serious anxiety problems.
You don't want to be boxed in. You don't want to be committed to 4 whole days on your dream vacation.
Right. So anyways, yeah. So but we got there and it was very special. So beautiful. I mean, I was like, this is why all the movies are filmed here. And they were filming a Denzel Washington movie right by like the area or whatever. And like every beautiful movie that's ever filmed.
Right. Well,
and so I was, it was very special.
I'm so happy you went.
And the food. Oh my God. Can I just like for 1 second, just like on the, because
this is actually a travel and food review podcast.
Like
we do not discuss anything
DM
else.
me if anybody wants, if you want to go to Italy.
Change the topic. This is what topic.
But I was like, look, I'm just going to eat pasta and pizza for 4 days. Like I'm committing to the bit because this is the place to do it. And then on our last night, Jose was like, I think I'm going to get the fish. And I was like, no. I was like, you're not allowed. I was like, you can eat, you live on a fucking island. You can eat fish whenever you want. I was like, you're going to waste this opportunity to order something that I won't be able to try, like that I'm not interested in trying. No way. And I was like, you got to get the handmade pasta. Yeah. So the food's incredible. So there's like no food like that anywhere else. Just there.
Oh, there's a wonderful review. Now that Shy, as we mentioned at the top, it can't be here with us today because honestly, whatever it is, it's a very valid excuse.
Oh yeah, the guy's only missed one episode, I think, in 5 years.
Whatever it is, it's a valid excuse. But he did. So we did do prep before.
But he did do the prep though.
He did the prep. He's so good. So he did the prep. He wrote an outline, and what we are supposed to be doing today is catching up, right? Because again, between being sick and all the travel, the three of us haven't hung out a lot, but we've each had an opportunity to watch a lot of stuff. So we were going to do sort of like a recap episode of just everything we've been watching, kind of going through it. Now, Shai left us his list, and I'm going to read the list, and we are going to talk about his choices behind his back. Because that's what siblings do. So first at the top is a short film Written by and starring Chen Drachman, and Tova Felchen stars in this short as well. It's called The Book of Ruth. Lily, did you have a chance to see it?
I did.
And I actually had the chance to meet Chen recently in person, which was very cool. This is such a thoughtful, thought-provoking short film about. I'm not going to say too much what it's about because I hope people get the chance to see it, and I wouldn't want to ruin.
As soon as we're able to share where you can watch it, we will. Because I don't know where people could watch it.
I know. Maybe we got an advanced.
Yeah, I think we did. But I mentioned what it was about to Mom, and she was like, "Oh my God, I have to see that."
It's a Jewish family coming together for Passover, for their Passover Seder, and let's just say some family secrets are revealed.
Yeah, between a grandmother and a granddaughter,
and the nuances of the Jewishness, of the rituals, of the traditions, like everything is so well done, so thoughtfully done. We all really loved it, and we all, like I said, Shai and I got to meet Chen recently, and she's definitely going to be coming on the pod at some point. So we'll save that to dive into with her. Shai has also watched season 2 of Reservation Dogs.
I'm so excited.
I don't want to give his review for him because I know he'll want to, but I know that he has said it's essentially perfect. It's the best thing he's seen. He hopes for more seasons, but should it just be that, he'll feel like something was just made absolutely complete. I think that was more or less what he said. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I know it gets pretty much his highest review, highest
Where
vibe
can
possible.
People watch that? Is that on
Hulu? Yeah, you can watch it on Hulu. So I actually haven't started the first season.
Show ever with all writers, directors, Indigenous.
It's pretty incredible, and it's
produced by Taika Waititi, and it is impressive.
What's this? Lucky? Oh, I saw the preview for Luckiest Girl Alive.
I saw that. I actually saw that. I could comment on that. That's on my list. Yeah, I watched it.
It kind of felt like, to me, I'm just going to say from the preview, it felt to me like Mila Kunis's character immediately off the bat makes some very big judgment errors. Some like very obvious mistakes. Okay, so I was watching it going, I don't know, this preview isn't painting you as making good choices.
Okay, well, here's the problem. I'm sorry that Shai's on here, and I can't wait for him to come back, and him and I can do a little minute on this, but because I'm curious to hear what he thinks of it. But I can tell you that this is the problem with the movie. This is one of those cases where the preview is cut in a way, the trailer is cut in a way that really makes you think this is a different story than it is.
Well, if you're telling me that, then I'm interested in watching it, because based on that preview, I was not interested.
Okay. Well, based on the preview, I was interested.
I love the cast. The preview did not make me interested, but
Mila
now I will watch it.
Here's the thing is that she's so good. Like, she's just so great to watch. Like, I'll watch her in, is it Bad Moms?
She's
I'll watch her in Black Swan. I'll watch her in Bad Moms. I'll watch her read a grocery list. I find her voice, her mannerisms.
Watch her in that terrible Cheetos commercial. You're like, doesn't eat Cheetos, but I'll watch that commercial.
Right. For her. So I think she's great. I'll pretty much watch anything she's in. That being said, yeah, there's a lot happening. If I told you what it was about, you'd be like, what? This is one movie?
This is enough of a review. I'm moving on. Reboot. Haven't seen it. So excited.
Her clothes are really good, though, just to say.
Yeah, well, But so haven't seen it. Reboot. Really excited. Have you watched?
I have not yet. That's
okay. So he's watched that. She says we're like halfway through
Rachel
this
Bloom.
list. We're only
can't believe how
halfway
much
through
he's
his
seen.
list.
But I can't wait to see it. It's Paul Reiser.
I worry about him with how much
is Rachel Bloom.
How much
her name, or is that the character from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend? I can't remember all of a sudden. She's so good.
Was her name, but you're really stressing me out now. Isn't that not her name?
Because I conflate them like as if she's the same. That's one person. Yeah, Rachel Bloom.
Rachel Bloom. That's her name. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. She's Rebecca Bunch. Yeah. That's
what it is. Okay.
I'm excited that she has a new show. She's so talented.
Yeah.
And they play a Jewish family. I'm curious to see how
with the last name Corman. Is that real?
Yeah, I know. Her
spelled
character's
with a
name
K.
is Corman.
Spelled with a K.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How many times are you like Corman spelled with his K? And you're
Right.
like, giving your name somewhere. All right. So this is one Chai's been talking a lot about. I forget who recommended it to him. The Food That Built America, but I don't know where it's playing. The pizza episode. He really likes that. I've heard him talk about that so much in the last week. I'm going to end up watching
Domino's
it.
and like how they came up
Domino's
with
versus
recipes.
Pizza Hut.
The Hut.
Yeah. Oh, he described it so funny to me. I'm so sad he's not here.
Like the original recipe was just like something that they tried because we started talking about it because I was saying
it was like as if someone who's like never cooked anything in their entire life.
They're like, let's try to copy this pizza thing. And then you were like, Domino's had to like redo their recipe recently because it's so gross. That was their campaign.
Like that whole ad campaign they had a couple of years ago about like, don't worry, we know our pizza's disgusting. Okay, so this is a funny one. Next one on his list is a show called Elementary. And I read it and I thought,
Sherlock Holmes?
Hold on. I read it and I go, oh, what's this new show? And I'm Googling and the only thing I see is this like show from years ago with Lucy Liu and
Mom loves that
what's
show.
his name? I don't know. Didn't he used to be
guy
married
from
to
Hackers?
Yeah, he used to be married to Angelina Jolie. And I'm like, Elementary, like the show Mom and Dad love.
Shai is a sucker for all the shows that Mom loves.
But 7 years after
Johnny Lee Miller,
but like 7 years later, like Mom and Dad are watching it, and then 5 to 7 years later, Shai's like, "This show's amazing."
Yeah, I thought for a second it was Abbott Elementary, but no, it's Elementary.
That's what I thought too. Just the TV show really Elementary,
but I haven't been able to find it here.
I watched the first couple episodes of it.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's very relevant. It's very relevant and cute. Okay. I see why people are really why they're really into it. It's a great show to watch, I would imagine with kids and stuff.
Okay, but that's not on his list. Then we have
I think it's stuff he's watched recently. He's already seen all of Abbott Element. And then there's a Munsters movie?
No, I think it's just the Munsters. No?
Oh, maybe it's just the TV show The Munsters. Yeah. Oh, on Netflix?
Which is not... Oh, no, it's new. Oh, no, it's a movie. The reboot of The Munsters that followed a family of monsters who moved from Transylvania to American suburb. No, Shai. Sorry. I'm not watching this.
I have to be honest. I don't know the history of The Munsters. I don't know if that show is from the 40s or like the 70s or the 90s.
Maybe the original is the 60s.
Do they have TV shows in the 40s? Maybe
the original is black and white.
So it's really old.
Yeah. I don't know why they feel like these things need to be redone. I feel like that was iconic in its time. But yes, this is a new.
So this is just the stuff I think he's seen in the last maybe week or 10 days. And then he's listed all the things he wants to see. Black Adam, which I saw the preview for the first time last night. I tell you, I watched an insane amount of previews. I had never even heard of this movie. And it stars The Rock.
You always know the previews.
I've seen previews for every single thing on this list. Except I've never even heard of it. Okay, don't you feel like they're reaching into the depths of comic book history?
Honestly, guys.
At this point.
I was reading an article the other day about how, the first superhero movies that became famous, like Spider-Man when we were younger, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, right? And of course, Batman, Michael Keaton, but it wasn't a thing.
No, it's not now. Now yeah. But okay,
I just really has gotten
I want to separate out a few things. Love The Rock. I'm here for it. I'll show up and watch him and stuff. That's not my issue. Based on that preview, I don't know why anyone would just be interested in seeing that movie. So, Shai, you're going to have to defend that one, Black Adam.
Okay, nearly 5,000 years after he was bestowed with the almighty powers of the Egyptian gods. Isn't there a different Egyptian god?
Didn't we just do Moon Knight with the
Moon
Egyptian
Knight? That's it. Okay, an imprisoned just as...
Oh, this is the DC Egyptian gods. The other is Marvel Egyptian gods.
Honestly, he's freed from his earthly tomb, ready to unleash his unique form of justice on the modern world. Isn't that the plot of The Mummy? Brandon Fraser? What?
Brendan, by the way.
Brendan.
who said in an interview that he would do another Mummy
and he called the Tom Cruise one not fun.
Because it wasn't. Although I never saw it, so I actually can't say, but I believe him. I'm just saying.
I'm just really happy that he's back.
I would love it if he did another. Okay.
I'm not sure I'm going to see his movie, but
it looks really sad.
Really sad. But I'm really glad that
I hope he wins lots of awards. Yeah.
Yeah. on our radar.
Shai also wants to see Andor. Little disappointed he hasn't seen it yet.
Stopping you there. I don't care about anything.
But I just don't understand why hasn't he seen it yet? It just seems strange that he hasn't watched it.
Because there's so many fucking Star Wars shows that he doesn't have time. Like, I can't watch 2 episodes of Obi-Wan. I don't have, who has time for all this Star Wars stuff? Honestly.
Okay,
so much pressure. There's so much content.
One? I haven't heard of this one. So help me, Todd. What's this?
I
love
Marcia Gay Harden. I think is just one of the best actresses
and
of all time ever.
And I love Skylar Astin.
I don't know why he calls him Lipstein. Is that his real name? I thought it was just Skylar.
I thought it was Skylar Astin.
That must be. No, it's Skylar Astin Lipstein.
No, really?
That's his his full name is, but he goes by Skylar Astin. So obviously it sounds less Jewish and cooler. So
that's really funny that Shai uses his probably non
stage name.
His non stage name. He calls him by his bar mitzvah name.
Yeah, which I appreciate.
Okay.
So help me, Todd. It's a 2022. TVC's talented PI agrees to work as the in-house investigator for his mother, who's reeling from the recent dissolution of her marriage. That sounds great. And he plays Marcia Gay Harden's son.
I believe that. That's a good matchup. It's a great match. It's like a Veronica Mars thing. That sounds cute.
Kind of, yeah, I guess. But I love her so much. I'd watch her in anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Shai has an extensive list, and this was great.
But overall, how are you ranking his list?
I mean, we go from a very serious short film that no one can watch to a very serious teen show that everyone can watch to Black Adam and Andor. So his is really across
Here's what
the
I think.
board
I
here.
think he starts.
I think there's something for everyone on this list.
I think he starts with the bar really high of what he was watching at the beginning.
And you can tell, right? You can tell as he got sicker how it really starts to gets real bleak there.
You could tell he's run out of brain cells.
The fever,
by the end.
The fever got really high there, but yeah, it's a pretty good list. Can I go with mine?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so I saw Luckiest Girl Alive, like I was saying before. I'm curious what people in the, verse or whatever think of it. It was a lot. That movie tried to do, I think, too many things. And is ultimately maybe good. I don't know, Becky. I need you just to see it. And then, and she has
Who's in it? Who's in it?
Mila Kunis. And
wait. Oh, we were already talking about this.
I know, but I do need to say this thing. In the show, she talks about how she doesn't eat a lot so that she can be the perfect body, the perfect ideal girl or whatever. And there's a scene where her boyfriend or fiance gets up to go to the bathroom in a restaurant and she eats 1 piece of pizza in front of him. And then when he goes to the bathroom, she shoves 2 pieces of pizza more in her mouth and then pretends like something spilled on it when he comes back. And she's like, oh, I'm so stuffed. And he's like, but you only had 1 piece. Oh my God, you didn't even eat or whatever. This is a whole running thing throughout the movie. And I don't know. I guess I'm wondering, wow, I guess people just don't eat the 2 pieces of pizza.
I just felt when are we going to be past this?
Right. And the fact that no one eats carbs and no one eats lunch. And this is a very big part of this whole thing about her being successful. And I find it very interesting. I find that because if that's a real reflection of what it's like to be successful for a woman in New York, they must be very hungry. And I'm so sorry for them. But then I'm also is this just an old trope that we are always constantly seeing to make us think that this is how we should be? it's a small part of the plot, but it was annoying to me. Anyways, then I made Jose watch Lost City because I had never seen it.
Loved it.
Did you? Okay, he was like
this
Jungle
is
Cruise is better, but that's not. I don't think that's true.
Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock. The whole Brad Pitt piece of when he walked off the plane, when Channing Tatum walked off the plane with the neck pillow. You know how I feel about neck pillows. I loved it.
I thought Channing Tatum was fantastic. He
delivers
was fantastic
on its promise. That's what that movie does.
Yeah, it was
promised me something and it delivered on it. I have no.
It was like Romancing the Stone, that kind of like adventure movies, and it was super fun. Mm-hmm. Then I saw a movie that I'm curious what you would think of it. It's you can get it on Apple. Emily the Criminal with Aubrey Plaza. It has like 94%.
Right. I feel like everything with Aubrey Plaza has like
94%.
It's like slightly bloated Rotten Tomatoes because she is amazing, whether or not the movies are.
That's the thing is that one of the issues is, did you watch Sons of Anarchy? Do you remember the guy that played Juice on Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a main character in the movie.
Cool.
But putting on a Lebanese accent, which seemed extremely unnecessary, and she's putting on like a New Jersey accent. And I just feel like that's a bad idea. I don't know why they insist on making actors who act like we can just believe that he's Lebanese, like show us in other ways or hire someone Lebanese. I don't think he actually is Lebanese, that actor. And she doesn't, no one, like you can just say she's from New Jersey. I don't need to hear her talk like she's from New Jersey.
Not everyone from New Jersey has a super heavy Jersey accent.
Right. It's like, sorry, that was annoying, but it's an interesting movie. I think it's like a slow burn indie kind of, just a story about this girl who's kind of dabbling in the criminal world and feels like she has no other choice in terms of what the choices that are out there for her. But Aubrey Plaza is amazing in it. Her acting is
she's awesome
really good. She's really, really good. So if you're into that kind of thing, I think people will like it. And then I have one more episode that releases tomorrow, also on Apple Plus, of Bad Sisters.
Ooh, I only saw the first episode with you. It's good.
I liked it. Yeah, it's a bit repetitive. It gets a bit repetitive because that's in the the way big
how streaming is.
How streaming is. It's 10 episodes. It could have been 8, and it would have been great. But I read something that said it's like Big Little Lies, but with the Irish wit. And you know what? Sharon Hogan's amazing, and that's exactly what I would expect it to be. And so far, it's great. I do really recommend that. So yeah.
All right, is that it? Is that your list?
Think so.
Okay. So big news. Allie and I went last night to the theaters.
I can't believe this.
Bros, which
just
is
the two of
Billy,
you?
just the two of us. Which is Billy Eichner's rom-com that he made.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big deal because it's a gay rom-com. Like the couple that you are shipping in it are two men, which was,
played by gay men.
Which is a thing that they reference a lot in the movie. And I have to say, like, it delivers as a rom-com in every way that you want it to. You are invested in the couple. You want to see them together. You're upset when they're broken apart. You are shipping them. There's hilarious side characters, extreme over the top scenarios that people find themselves in. So it does all the things that a rom-com is supposed to do. And I honestly don't know why it didn't have, I know why, like, it didn't have the box office draw that I think that they had hoped that was like the big drama around it, but it is
here's the thing. I have a question
rom-com in every way. It does not need to be. Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Well, I was saying that like it's a great if instead it was like Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey, people would be like, this is the best rom-com in 10 years and blah blah blah. I think it's like one of those cases of Elizabeth Banks directing Charlie's Angels. People are like not supportive of it because it's different than what they have been than the status quo. No, because it didn't get the box office.
But here's the thing:
when
was the last time
that it was going to get?
When in a we're still in a pandemic. This is something I find amazing. No, I can't believe you and Ellie went to the. Okay, fine.
So there's only 2 other people in the whole theater. Okay, box offices are bad.
Fine,
but
fine. If box offices are bad, when in our lifetime were we flipping out that a rom-com was going to get a massive weekend? Does that happen? Did that ever happen?
I think if Sandra Bullock's in it, yeah. But I just say that
like Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock are filling theaters for a weekend
for The Proposal. Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing: like
release it on Valentine's Day.
But also, not every movie, not every rom-com. Like this is better than. I'm going to go with 97% of the schlock rom-coms that are on streaming services. It feels like this is like a real movie.
This feels like a real movie.
And I enjoyed it. And the things that were like maybe not as refined, but it doesn't matter because it's a great rom-com. It was wonderful.
I'm sorry for
funny.
him because he seemed really upset on social media and blamed.
And that's why Allie for not going to the theaters. Well, Allie and I went and we spent our dollars.
And I don't know
to go see it.
Like, and I think when Elizabeth Bank was complaining about her turnout due to being a woman and like Charlie's Angels stuff, it also seemed a little bit. I don't know when her reaction seemed a little bit misguided or sort of
but like her and no, I think it was portrayed that way because I think Charlie's Angels is a fantastic action movie and it was a great action movie. There's no reason people shouldn't love it or respond to it the way they see like everything
Mission
else
Impossible
that's out there. Yeah, everything. Well, Mission Impossible, I don't think you put things on Mission Impossible level.
Every fucking superhero movie that's made every week.
Like it's just as good as that. Anyways, so I'm going to say, saw it, loved it, recommend it.
Well, like I can't go to the theater to see it. I'm going to wait for it to, I'm so excited to see it.
After that, let's say recently I had a long train ride. I started this show on HBO that I loved called Irma Vep that stars Alicia Vikander. It is so strange and lovely and artsy and French and it's just weird that it is weird that I liked it. It is not a typical
Irma Vep, right?
Show. So if you want something that's like a little bit different and odd, and it's basically about the making of a TV show. So it's great. What's on here?
Minx.
I was supposed to say Minx. I started the show Minx at Shy's recommendation. I've only seen the first 2 episodes. It's fantastic. That's on
Jake
HBO.
Johnson.
Yeah, Jake Johnson, and I don't remember the name of the lead because I don't really know her from anything else. But but it's about the creation of this, I guess, women. Like a porn magazine for women. So it's naked men.
Ophelia Lovibon.
But the content of the magazine is all very feminist articles. And she's like a really strong woman with, really smart, putting her thoughts and opinions and research out there, but through this nudie men magazine. Very funny. I also watched the movie on HBO called Unpregnant, which I so highly recommend. I loved it.
I really want to see it.
Same director that directs a bunch of Minx episodes as this movie Unpregnant. Rachel Lee Goldstein. Am I getting that right? Can you look that up for me, Lil? Please make sure I got that right. Awesome buddy road trip abortion movie is the best way to put it.
Rachel Lee Goldenberg.
Rachel Lee Goldenberg. Sorry about that. Buddy road trip abortion comedy. Fantastic. Buy all the way. Highly recommend. I also started watching, is it called Welcome to Wrexham? Or Here's
Welcome to Wrexham, yeah.
Wrexham, which is
Welcome to Wrexham. It's cute.
I also, this is going to be my last one because I feel like this is going on a while. My last one is I started watching. Yeah.
So Welcome to Wrexham is great. I would definitely recommend that. That's on Apple Plus. It's like watching Ted Lasso, but in real life. And it's super like heartwarming. Didn't you go to a soccer game?
Oh yeah, we went to a soccer game with Shy last weekend.
But not Wrexham.
No,
that's in Wales.
It was just Washington, D.C. has apparently had a soccer club for like 25 years that
I don't know why
no one's ever heard of.
that for some reason I was like, maybe the Wrexham team is touring the US or something.
So
and you can
we had
go.
some friends sitting in front of us at the soccer game, and I asked, how long has this club been around? How long has like the team been around? And the guy's like 1996. And I said, what? And he repeated, I said, what? And I was like, I'm sorry, it sounds like you're saying 1996. Which is apparently how long it's been around, but who knew? And then I started watching this foreign film.
I bought it a year ago.
Very popular foreign film called The Worst Person in the World.
I bought it a year ago. I haven't had a chance to watch it. It's supposed to be one of the best scripts like written, and I was very curious to see it.
Okay, see it. We'll catch up.
Oh, why? You didn't like it?
I watched half of it, and after half, listen, I'm going to finish it. I totally understand and get why it's awesome and why people love it and why it's such a great festival film, and like everybody who worked on it, clearly like great craftsmanship behind it. At the point in which I was like, I need a break. The main character, which is very European in this sense, I was in no way rooting for her. And I sort of got to the halfway mark and I was like, I don't know that I can do another hour plus with a character that I'm like in no way invested in.
Interesting.
And I genuinely don't care what choices she makes. Maybe that's what's compelling to people, is to be like, oh, here's this person whose choices are of no consequence and have no stakes.
It got rave reviews, and I bought it so I could see it like whenever I wanted.
It's
on a plane or something a year ago or months ago, and I haven't had a chance to see it.
It's beautiful. It's expertly made. It's expertly acted.
Your patience are running thin.
But I got 2 kids. I got shit to do. My patience, I was just like, you know what? You're like a 20-something-year-old straight white girl in Europe. I don't give a shit what choices you make. That's basically how I felt about it.
All right. Well, I'll try to see it, and then we can
why is your story interesting? I don't know.
Right. And then the most important topic when Shai's not here is Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my god!
They like rehauled the cast.
They rehauled the whole cast.
Pompeo's not really going to be in it, right?
But they have some really good actors. Harry Shum Jr., I think that's his name. He's going to be in it. He's a great actor. I think she's. Anyways, I can't remember who any of them are now, but the new young class of people, they're basically rehauling, revamping the show to like as if they're starting it from day one with a new class of residents. So we're obviously going to be invested in and follow their journey. And the attendings are all our characters from previous years. It seems like we're going to be less involved in the attending drama. I pray to God. And all I know is that I don't want to give a spoiler, but they're definitely planting seeds that Teddy and Owen hate each other. And I do hope they get divorced.
Are they still in the show? I thought they had to run from the cops.
They come back.
They're not running from the cops anymore?
No. They explain it. And it just really
because I didn't have a chance to finish last season. And then I made you on more than one occasion tell me the entire ending so that I could catch up.
Yeah. Don't watch the end of it. I think start fresh at this season. This is a good new starting point.
Season 18?
19.
Sorry. That is wild. It makes me feel so old. All right.
So then that's it. Lily, where can people follow you?
Chichi, CHICHIK Gomez on Twitter.
You can follow me at Paper BK Princess. Lily, where can people follow the pod?
Well, let's start with where people can follow Shai.
Oh, okay. You can follow Shai at Pancake 4. That's the number 4. Number 4 table on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can follow. I accidentally clicked on your back surgeon instead of on the podcast, just to double check. Fry Night Movie on Instagram and Twitter.
I thought one of them was something like Fry Night Movie Pod or something.
That's the else. I think that's like the website.
That's like our website. That's
Fry Night Twitter. Movie on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure it's on Twitter too. It's the same because he always says that. Hold on. He's so mad at us. He's the big
you know
brother.
what? You know what?
No, it's Friday Night Movie on Twitter too. Yeah, I was
He
right.
doesn't let us do enough of the intros and outros, so he really brought this on himself.
And hey, rate us. Rating is like giving us a hug from far, but only if it's a 5-star rating. We don't want your 3-star hugs or 2-star hugs.
Or 1-star hug.
No, that was one person one time, and he definitely hates women. So F that guy. We want your 5-star hugs. So rate us anywhere that you listen to podcasts. And
we're most likely available. All right. Okay. This is fun.
Right. Bye. Bye. Love you.
They cancel each
I'm
other
sending
out. Eventually,
right,
you'll
and I'm
find
sending you
yourself.
screenshods. I'm sending you screenshots of
As
being
if
like, did you just leave my shit at home?
Such a bitch. Also, is my painting still at your house, or did mom and dad bring it home?
No, mom and dad have it.
Oh my god! Did they bring Vlad's wetsuit? Do you know?
That I don't know. I don't remember there being talk of a wetsuit. They could have.
Well, that's not mine to organize.
Seriously. I just want to